So now that we have learned all of the countries, well, not all of the countries, but all of the countries that we need to learn over here, we are now going to learn about some physical features of the world. So remember, physical features are those things we learned back towards the beginning. We had that awesome Minecraft video where we learned them as well. So we have things like rivers, lakes, plateaus, those kind of things. As you can tell, this is a student book. Okay, so we're going to learn about the main physical features of the world, or the major ones, just like how we learn about the major countries of the world. So I'm going to read this. Today's just an overview where I just quickly, very quickly, tell you what each one is and where each one is. And then we will focus on 2 at a time each day. So this video, I'm just going to warn you, it might be a little bit overwhelming because there's going to be so much information at once. But do not worry, because I'm just telling you it all first, and then we will go through and learn them 2 by 2. So do not worry. Okay, so major physical features of the world include landforms and bodies of water, just like we learned before. These physical features have affected humans throughout history. They affect where people live, how people travel, the work people do, and how people interact with other parts of the world. Let's learn more about the major physical features of the world. And some physical features are so large that they can be seen from outer space, which is super cool. Okay, so we have 2 main bodies of water that we're going to learn. We're going to learn the Mediterranean Sea and the Straits of Magellan. So if for the Straits of Magellan, if you can picture Brazil right about here, this is where the Straits of Magellan is. It's in South America. And then there's Europe. Here is Italy. Remember the boot? And then the Mediterranean Sea is right there. Don't worry about reading these right now. We will learn about them later. Go ahead and skip this one. The next 2 things we're going to learn about are the major rivers of the world. Now there's the Nile River, which is super long. It's the world's longest river. And then the Amazon River, which is the 2nd longest river. So you should know where the Amazon River is, because you know the Amazon rainforest is in South America. It's in Brazil. So you should know where that one is. Now the other one, well, since it's the only one that's pointing to another river, you can infer that that is the Nile River. It's close to Egypt. So we're going to learn about those 2 next week. Now we have some main mountains of the world. We have the Alps, the Andes, and the Himalayas. The Alps are about right there in the world. The Andes, it runs along the western edge of South America, so along there. And the Himalayas form a barrier between India and China right about there. And it has the world's largest mountain, which I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but we will get into that when we get there. Okay, so we're going to learn about these 3 mountains. We're also going to learn about these 2 deserts. We're going to learn about the Gobi Desert and the Sahara Desert, or some people call it the Sahara Desert. So we have the world's largest hot desert and Asia's largest desert. We will learn about those next week as well. So just remember that a desert is a dry place where there's not very much water. Okay, now these 2 we are going to learn about tomorrow. We have the Great Barrier Reef and we have Niagara Falls. The Great Barrier Reef is super duper cool. It's in, well, not in Australia, but around Australia. And I can't wait to teach you about the Great Barrier Reef. My parents actually got to visit it, and it is super cool. And then we have Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is a waterfall, and it is actually in/near America, located right about there. So Niagara Falls is pretty fun too. We will learn about that tomorrow as well. So that's your quick overview of basically just all we're going to learn tomorrow as well as next week. And then once we learn all of that, while we're learning all of that, we will be memorizing where these are. So before you even learn about them all the way, you're going to get on to, I can't even remember the website name, but you're going to get on there and you are going to learn about the different landforms locations. So you're going to be practicing that every single day, just like you practiced where the countries were. You're going to practice where the physical features are every single day so that when you have your quiz, you will do well on it. You also need to know where they are just in general for life because these are very important. Okay, so once you are done, once you're done listening to me, you're just going to get on and you are going to practice your landforms locations. And you will not be perfect the first time. I am warning you. You will not do very well, probably. I even missed some the first time. So do not worry about your score today. Now, maybe worry about your score at the end of next week. We should start getting hundreds by then on that website. So just try your best today. We're just learning. It's A-okay.